This is awesome. What's going on, everyone? Today we picked up a set of power rotary scissors for our string trimmer. It's actually a attachment where we'll go ahead and take the head off of the weed whacker and replace it with this. Typically with a string trimmer, for the ditches and stuff like we do at the shop and along the curb lines, the string trimmer on the taller stuff tends to get wrapped up around the head. So we thought this might be the option for us to eliminate some of the taller stuff in the ditch that we have to cut to get out, and also being that it's a larger property, we don't run the risk of running out of string while we're out there or having to re-string. Not necessarily that we can't carry more string with us, but stopping and having to re-spool everything. We saw this online and wanted to check it out and do our own tests. So we're going to take this and get it set up. First step is going to be removing the head off of this. So we just got 2 bolts here. Once we pull that off, it comes with a handful of attachments, universal, so that we can fit the splines of our current weed whacker to then go ahead and fit right in there. So we're gonna go ahead and take the head off and go from there. Look inside your kit, and ours has a square drive right in there. And then the splines, these go like this. Go ahead, slide that on into place. And then we can go ahead so you want to make sure that it drops down. And then this has Allen keys holding it on. Go ahead. All right, so we'll go ahead and tighten this up. This first one will keep it in place. This is awesome. All right, so after just using it for a few minutes on the front hill and then a little bit around one of the bushes and on the driveway, a few things to note on this. Both blades are spinning, so when I initially looked at it, I thought there was a third one or one that was kind of a guard. So all the parts on here that come in contact with the ground are moving, so it works really well in the taller weeds and stuff like that. For what we're gonna do at the shop and for homeowners who have a sidewalk or something like that, as long as you have distance between the grass and the ground, so say at the shop where their curb is, we'll go up there later and do a little pass. Where that curb is, you can make a nice sharp clean line, but I would still keep a string trimmer for cutting in your lines. So like on our driveway where we don't have curbs, you're not going to want to drag this on the asphalt. So in order to avoid wearing this down and all of that, use your string trimmer there and then just mow. So it works super well though, especially on that bank. And this is my legs, like that whole hill, no grass on me. Probably should still wear safety glasses, but this is it. Super stoked. So let's go ahead, we'll run up to the shop real quick, do a curb line, and give our final review. Super excited to get this for is one, you can see a lot of the areas sometimes over the weekends do still have vehicles here. And even though we can mow pretty close, we can't get all this. And even with the string trimmer, we wouldn't want to risk flinging a rock or hitting something into one of these vehicles or campers. But another thing that's super cool is stuff that has an established edge. I think this cutter will be able to go straight down and cut this. I don't think it's gonna be great along edges that are growing onto the asphalt. We'll still have to use a string trimmer, but this should be able to redefine any of the lines along curbs and clean those up. So we'll go ahead and try that real quick. So after being able to use this shear attachment for a few days, it's definitely takes some getting used to. Probably still going to need a string trimmer as well. It does really well in high brush, and I think that's what is really nice is you aren't getting your string wrapped around everything, and it cuts it nice and clean, but it does leave pretty long chunks. So if it's something that's not been trimmed in a while, this is super good to get at the base. But after that, I think you'll still have to clean up with a string trimmer around borders, and then especially with creating a new edge, just because these teeth on here don't have a guard or anything, so you're not going to want to get those in the dirt and dull them up or anything. So super cool. It works for what we need. I still think you will definitely need a string trimmer in your arsenal as well. But yeah, we're gonna keep using it, and super stoked to have it and glad it works. Definitely good for all our ditches and everything. So that'll be really cool to keep going. And then we'll test it out again on the curbs. Wasn't super excited on how that worked, just because we didn't really have a good defined line. I've seen some online where they come through and clean it up, but it's really a lot of people who have already a hard edge established. So we'll go ahead and keep trying, but catch us next time, and we'll see you guys later.